All right, this is going to be a pretty tough one because the wind's quite loud. So we'll do what we can with what we have. But what I'm going to do in this video, guys, is run you through mistakes I made with an appointment setting, right? That cost me a lot of money. And this is after $200,000 in commissions generated that I'm realizing this, okay? And if I realized this when I first started out, which I know a lot of you are, whether you're a setter looking to start, you're looking to start setting, or you're a setter that's kind of struggling, you're gonna find this very valuable. And I'd be a lot richer than I am right now if I knew what I know what I'm gonna tell you right now. And now just to add a little bit of extra authority, right? I've been doing setting for 2.5 years now, close to 2.5 years, still do it to this day. And yeah, I now coach it as well. And the reason why I can do both at the same time so successfully is because of the skills I've gained as a setter, being able to systemize my time effectively and still get good results for minimal work put in, okay? So look, this video is gonna really help you out, but if you want my personal one-to-one help, right, to guarantee you land like a 3K to 5K a month setting role in as little as the next 30 days, there will be a link down below in the description, right, to book a call with me one-to-one, and I'll run you through exactly how we can do that. And yes, I am a twat sat on a BMW in front of a Spanish mansion. Yes, I am a dickhead. I know that full well, but at least now you know that I'm not bullshitting from a random bedroom. Right, first lesson, let's go straight into it. First one is 100% going to be your character. Okay, so it sounds so cliche, but who you are dictates how well you'll do. Okay, what I mean by that is basically it doesn't matter how much experience you have, right? A lot of people think you need experience to do well with setting. You really don't. It's how do you deal with adversity? How do you deal with rejection, right? How do you sound when you talk? Do you pronounce your words properly? How do you think? What's your mindset like? What's your paradigm on life? There's so many things, and it's your character that dictates how well you're going to do, okay? Because who you are, again, dictates the actions you're going to partake in and the results you're going to get as a result. Okay, it's cause and effect. So it's more about who you are as a person. That includes your personal life as well, rather than talent or skill or experience on a role. Because I know setters that have experience on roles and they're still terrible what they do. Okay, so that's a big one. So if you want to get good at sales or good at making money in general, then 100% you need to focus on who you are as a person, what you do in your free time, how you think, how you speak, the people you hang around, the food you eat, because that will all, right, add an effect to how well you perform in your business and career, work life, whether it's setting or not. So it's character, number one. Okay, stop being an idiot, stop smoking, drinking, partying, doing drugs and all of this stuff. It's going to massively affect your results you get as a setter and within business as well, because again, I'm trying to find like a comfortable position to talk to this, because again, like, you will suffer if you are a moron, right? For example, if you spend all your time chasing girls and letting them get under your skin, and you're smoking and drinking, you have hangovers like 3 times a week, it's just like that's energy and focus and time that are the most finite resources we have as humans that you are wasting, that you could have put back in to making more money. Okay? Because you've got to remember, right, the only resources we really have are energy, focus and time, and if you're wasting all of them, we only have like a finite resource of it. It's not like unlimited. So you spend energy and focus and time tokens every single day on every single thing you do in your personal life and just life in general, that you need to maximize the ones you have for business and for work and for appointment setting. So if you're wasting them on shit, then that is a big reason of why you're not where you want to be. Okay, second lesson, right, is tracking everything. Okay, you need to track everything. I fell for this for a long time, thinking if I just spam loads of people, spam the same DM, spam the same message over and over and over again, then eventually something's going to work. And just volume. Yeah, volume plays a part, but if you don't track what's working and what's not working, you can't manipulate it to get better or worse results. Now, you wouldn't want to get worse results anyway, but if you're not tracking every single step of the journey, for example, the positive replies you're getting on your first outreach, right, the calendar sent rate, right, for example, amount of people they actually send the calendar link to, amount of people that book in from that calendar sent rate, amount of people that actually show up to the call, and that might be that close. Isolate the variables in each stage, right, and then when you track them and you see like a dip in the percentages from the conversion rate from stage 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, you get the point. Then once you do that, you can actually manipulate it. You can isolate the variables and go, okay, what does this consist of? Okay, cool. So it consists of my opener, right? My opener and my speed to lead, right? Those are 2 variables I can now manipulate to try and get a higher percentage, okay? Just a prime example off the top of my head. Or booking in the call. It could be the calendar form. It could be too long. It could be too long calendar form. There's too much resistance. You're asking personal questions. People don't book in. Let's say you click the link and the link doesn't work. Let's say, for example, you sent them the link too late and then they lost interest because you waited 24 hours to reply. You get a point. To track everything, because that allows you to literally see what's working, what's not, and how to manipulate it accordingly. Third lesson, right? Don't assume the lead situation, right? You must qualify them to the base criteria on the offer and then go from there, right? So for me, like a base level good lead is going to be someone that actually makes money, is in a job, right? Has the desire to get out of the X pain that you are solving. My camera is literally going to go in a second because it's so windy. So makes money, right? Has the problem, wants to fix the problem now, and is willing to put the time in and willing to invest in themselves. Basically, has money, has problem, wants to change, open to chat. That's it. Right? For example, I see people judging people based off their profile picture. And it's like, Jack Smith 123. Oh, he's got no profile picture on any posts. So I'm not gonna try. Mate, do you understand the amount of people that I've personally closed, right? And also set into appointments that have no profile picture and like a weird username. It's insane, right? So that's a big one as well. Don't assume the lead just from that, right? Qualify all of them to the base level criteria. Could be first world country, in a 9 to 5, actively working, above 18, has a problem, wants to change now. Okay. Number 4 is follow-ups are not spam. Okay. A lot of you think, oh, I'm not going to follow up because people might not like me and they won't book because I would have annoyed them. Yeah, you might get a few people like that, but you're going to book way more appointments doing it than not. Of course, you're going to lose some people doing that, but you're going to book way more than if you didn't. Follow-ups are a key part of appointment setting. If you can't follow up, you're not going to get any roles and you're not going to book any appointments. They are a key part of sales. If you can't do it, you can't hack it, then you don't deserve to be in the space. You need to change the way you think. And this comes back to the character and the mindset that you have. You need to change your mindset around it. Stop thinking they're spam. They're not, right? If you do it in a very respectful way, right, and you're not like aggressive with it, then they'll actually appreciate it, especially if it's B2B, because they understand the game too, right? People get busy and you're basically spinning the emotional state wheel with follow-ups as well. Maybe literally as you sent the VSL and the information you asked to book on a call, their girlfriend could have just broken up with them. So then you follow up the next day, they're still in a bad mood. The next day, still in a bad mood. The next day, they're kind of getting a little bit better. Then they kind of entertain your conversation a bit more. They might be angry at the time for something external that you can't control, which is why they didn't respond, not necessarily because of your offer. Every time you follow up, you're spinning the emotional state wheel. We need to get into a point where they're like open to chatting and happy. You're more likely to get into that point the more you spin the wheel, okay? So unless you're told to blatantly go away, keep following up respectfully until you get a tangible yes or no. And the last one is placement is lazy, right? I get a lot of people going, oh, can you place me? Can you place me? If I join, can you place me? Yeah, 100%. I can place people. Got a very large network of people that need setters all of the time. And I'll place people all of the time, right? But you can't just be a brand new beginner with no leverage, no skills, no nothing, no work ethic and lazy and then go, oh, I'm only gonna, I want placement. I want placement. Mate, you do realise that finding your own roles is literally the appointment setting skill by itself, right? And placement is such a like a wishy-washy thing, because it's like, yeah, somebody can place you, but landing a good appointment setting role is easy. Landing a good appointment setting role isn't easy, right? Landing a setting role in general is easy, but landing a good one isn't. It's really hard to find a good one. So if you put your faith into someone else that doesn't actually really know what he's doing, is just getting you placed for the sake of it so he can hit his guarantee or whatever, right? Then you're going to get on the roll with a 5K OTE, realize that the OTE doesn't make sense, right? And you make $700 in 2 months, and that happened to me. So you need to know what you're looking for. And the only way the only way for you to know what you're looking for is to find your own roles yourself and be able to vet it yourself. You can't just hand it off to someone else, especially as a beginner, okay? So yeah, look, those are the lessons that made me 200K in commissions, and the lessons that I wish I knew sooner, and the lessons that once I learned them, fixed all of my issues and made me 200K with setting, okay? So look, if you guys want to go much deeper, right, and have me hold your hand personally as a current setter still in the game, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description again, right, to book in a one-to-one call with me. I'll run you through exactly how we can guarantee you land a 3K to 5K a month setting role in as little as the next 30 days or so, okay? If that is of interest, book in that call, we can have a chat. If not, no worries, and take care of yourself.